Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching The Witcher, Season 2, Episode 8.
Family.
Family. We are a family.
We are a family.
Oh, yeah. Why is it called that?
Because they are a family.
Oh, we didn't talk about how all the stupid, like the episode prior, there was all that, like, blood is thicker than water, which is such a stupid trope and also not what the saying means.
Yeah, literally everybody was like, family is the strongest bond in existence. And I'm just sort of like, is it?
Ask us how that's not true.
Is it though?
And in case you don't know, the saying is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Meaning the family you choose is more important than the family you're born into.
Saddled with.
Yeah.
So.
Could not agree more during this holiday season.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
So, and as evidenced by this final episode entitled Family.
Yeah, also super true. Like they have these, like 3 to 7 people have chosen each other. Well, you could say that it's just Geralt and
it's
Ciri.
All up in the air.
And Yennefer, but also then Vesemir is there. And then also like Jaskier is there. And like, you can't tell me that Cohen and Lambert aren't going with, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think, you know, there's a lot of people involved in this.
So this was actually really great.
It was super great. I loved it. Yeah. I'm so glad you did. Oh, sorry. I'm so glad you did. I really enjoyed it too.
I still find much of this show and world preposterous.
Of course.
And I think that is because of the clip that we hurled through it.
Yeah.
But they were really bringing it out, and like, where a lot of my complaints of like it looks cheap or derivative, you know, that refrain that you're constantly hearing from me, it was largely absent from this. Most of this looked really good. Mm-hmm.
At least looked as good as it needed to look for what it's doing,
but also appropriately scaled for the finale of the second season of one of the most popular shows on Netflix.
Sure.
Like,
also,
I still think it could be bigger, but that's nitpicky.
Yeah.
I loved this depiction of basilisks.
It was super fun.
I am super into gods and monsters is what I'm always saying. I want gods and monsters. And I think why I liked this so much, because basilisks, they're like a 3rd or 4th tier fantasy creature.
There's one in Harry Potter.
And it's incorrect.
Well.
Because it's just a big snake. And basilisks, okay, again, as for my understanding, I guess when you're dealing with imaginary animals, it's a free-for-all, but they're a combination of chicken, like rooster, and snake and dragon. They're basically giant cocks with wings and a snake tail. But what they did,
said cocks.
I said giant cocks.
You said giant cocks. You did.
They're circumcised.
Then I definitely don't want it.
No. What they did here was they were kind of depicted like giant velociraptors.
Kind of, yeah.
Which I think is interesting, because we've apparently come to the conclusion that dinosaurs were just like large, mean chickens.
Well, they're birds for sure. Some kind of birds for sure.
And so they had like the like dinosaur arms with like the feathers. And then they had like dinosaur heads, but snake-like. I don't know. It was really cool. It really worked for me. I'm very much kind of like, show me something I haven't seen before, or show me a take on a thing that isn't just like, I don't know, here's a monster.
Did you ever see that movie, The Robinsons, I think?
Yes.
When the like mean guy has a dinosaur and it's like, why aren't you attacking? And the dinosaur is just like growling, but it's translated into, because I have a huge head and little arms. Mm-hmm. And it did feel like that. They
had larger arms, but
except for their heads did a lot of the heavy lifting, because they were biting the faces off of witchers left and right. I think we're down to 5 witchers, like 4 or 5 witchers total.
And we weren't swimming in them to begin with.
We were not swimming in witchers to begin with, but we are way down on witchers now.
So Ciri was in a dream world that Volethmir,
the Baba Yaga, the death. What was it? The
Deathless Mother.
Deathless Mother.
But she was from that other realm.
I think it's...
At some point, someone was like, she was trying to go back home. Like, she was trapped in a hut here.
Because the Witchers had trapped her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so she used Ciri But her goal was to get home.
It seems like it.
Or was that just sort of like a stop along the way?
I think it might have been a happy accident that Ciri opened
That seemed like that. But basically, Ciri was in a like dream in a prison where she was back in Sintra. And Queen Calanthe and Mouse Dick were there.
Mousesack.
And
I even knew you did it on purpose, and I couldn't resist. It's Mousesack. It is a dumb name. But I do want to say I really like the guy.
He was really good.
His name is Adam Levy, and he's great. I really liked him in season 1. I was super bummed when he died, so I'm like really like pumped that we kind of keep getting him back a little.
Mm-hmm. And then her parents were there, and she was falling for it mostly.
Well, I mean, she was like under a spell, obviously. And so then but then the deathless mother in her body was just like wasting witchers left and right. It was kind of amazing.
And so Geralt and Yennefer showed up, which I could was very funny because it's like presumably they ran like 3 days.
Yeah.
Of her like chasing him, be like, if you would just listen.
Yeah, because we do catch them like maybe like half a mile from the entrance to the Witcher compound. And she's just like, Geralt, please. And he's just like, I don't want to hear it, Yennefer. And it's like, how many days has she been screaming from like 10 paces behind you?
Which them traveling isn't the extra episodes that we need.
No.
But it still is funny. We're still gonna kind of like.
Well, it's very like, I feel like there's a whole Family Guy joke or The Simpsons or something when it's like they finally get in the plane or whatever. And then it's
Marge
like,
and the guy.
Oh God, I wonder, you hadn't talked in 2 hours.
He's like, or glide. And she's like, honestly, I'm just happy you're talking again. Yeah. She was like, you were really quiet for 2 hours.
Yeah, super weird.
All of the Witchers came out to fight Volithmir in Ciri's body. And I was a little bit bummed because Yennefer gave Jaskier the Jasper. I even set it up. And dropped the ball. Yennefer gave Jaskier the Jasper. I was vacationing in Barcelona when I heard the news.
I am so punchy.
Are you just drunk?
I'm a little drunk, but I'm also drunk on patty melt.
We made patty melts.
Patty melts.
We told you you'd hear about it.
They were so good.
We never saw what it did. Correct? Or did it do the thing?
I don't think it did it, but I honest to God, it's so lame. It feels like it kind of was like you just have to believe kind of a thing where like as soon as Geralt saw the Jasper, he was like, ooh, it like rights the wrongs that have been done. And he was like, Ciri.
So Yennefer's big plan was giving Jaskier a magic feather?
Sort of.
I mean, she didn't have magic, although she was making potions.
I mean, so she can still do botany things. She can still do potion making. It's the chaos that she lost. So, but she has it back now. But yes, it does appear that giving Jaskier a magic feather is exactly what she did.
So, yeah, they were able to, rid Ciri from the Volithmir because Yennefer sacrificed herself and it went into her, but then the 3 of them teleported to that other realm.
And then it went out of Yennefer.
Fucked right off. Yeah. So maybe we're even going to see it again.
Maybe. I would not hate it if we saw it again.
But the Wild Hunt was there, and I remembered the Wild Hunt was in the second to last season of Teen Wolf. I knew I had heard that recently, but it's when everyone's forgetting about Styles and he's in that weird train station. And it wants Ciri, it sees her and it wants her. And so it's basically just that she's like elder blood. So she's just powerful because there's like a whole bunch of negative implications and then one single positive implication of her.
Well, it could widely be positive. It just depends on how she's utilized. And like everybody wants her now, including the elves who really went on like a biblical mission.
I was fine with it.
Killing all the babies. I mean,
babies are only good with salt and pepper.
Ooh.
Have you not heard that before?
Yeah, but I don't like it.
You gotta get him out of there.
That's a no for me. I mean, agreed on my end. I also don't like babies, but
no. So obviously her baby died, and so she assumed that it was
the king,
Vizimir.
No, yes,
no. Vizimir is yeah.
Vesemir and Vizimir. We have both of those. Am I just realizing that? I guess the one
Vesemir, I guess. And
Vesemir and whatever. Okay, the one that's a king. She assumed it was him.
Who was sending Yakel Grand McTavish.
Oh yeah.
He knew. Yes, he knew that Ciri was Ciri and was trying to marry her so he could rule the continent.
Yeah,
that was his plan the whole time.
It at least is now for sure.
Okay.
So and then that's the other thing is that
but the elves thought he killed the baby, so Francesca went on a rampage.
I mean, he might have killed the baby. Who killed the baby?
Evelyn. Ithelin.
Okay.
Killed the baby.
So like a spirit killed like an elder spirit killed the baby?
Ithelin's her dad.
Emir is her dad.
Oh, okay, so Emir.
Emir killed the baby.
Yes.
I missed that.
He said it at the end. He was like, because he's throwing
Fringilla
and Cahir into prison.
Right, okay.
Because they didn't do a good enough job or something.
Okay. Yeah.
'Twas I set the baby ablaze.
Plus Leslie killed the beast. Okay, and then Tisea has sort of turned, and she is working with all of the other monarchs, essentially, to like try to get Ciri as well.
But they're not trying. They're trying to get rid of her, not use her.
I think it depends. I think that could change at any moment.
Where did Yennefer get her powers back?
In the process of the whole thing, and then I think when they went to that separate.
Feels convenient, but
yeah, she needs her powers.
I know she does. But
we literally watched 8 episodes where she didn't have her powers, and it sucked.
Oh, yeah, but Istred was captured by the elves and brought before Francesca and told her, whoopsie, that, or no, she doesn't know. All he told her was that Ciri had the elder blood.
Yeah.
So now the elves want Ciri because they are also elder blood, kind of, or like she's their prophesized queen or something.
She is for sure part elf, Ciri, for sure. So everybody wants Ciri. Geralt still needs to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what Geralt thinks, Yennefer is coming along for the ride.
Yeah, and they're leaving, though, because I forget why. Are they still in?
They're still there now, but they are going to leave, I'm sure.
And so, yeah, Emir is Dooney.
Dooney, yeah.
Arrives in Sindra.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than that recap made it seem. It was fun to look at, and I was following it while it was happening. God help me, you, and anyone on this journey when this shit comes back in 2 years.
I hope it doesn't take 2 years again. That's so long. That's so long. You're telling me it's going to be the end of 2023 when we watch this again?
Staring 2024 down the barrel.
I can't. That's too far from now. Can't do it. I'm sorry.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, it's so long. But we did get a little glimpse at a new Witcher series, spin-off series with Michelle Yeoh.
But it's like a prequel about the elves, I think.
There are a lot of elves there. Potentially it is a prequel about elves specifically. I don't know. It looked sort of cool. I'm willing to check it out. It's sometime next year. I don't know when.
I'm willing.
100 years before the events of the television series, Blood Origin will depict the creation of the first Witcher, as well as the events leading to the conjunction of the spheres, which they have mentioned a lot in this season. The conjunction is like a whole thing. So it will also explore the ancient elven civilization before its demise. I'm down. I'll give it a whirl.
Throw a coin to your Witcher.
Do you want me to actually do like an outro?
Sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you for joining us on our journey through season 2 of The Witcher. It is obviously streaming on Netflix along with season 1. There's also like more than one little like supplemental thing.
Yeah, I might watch them. I maybe should have watched them before we recorded.
I don't know that they have anything to do with this.
Well, there's behind the scenes stuff that maybe could have, because like I said, that 6-minute like recap, I thought did wonders for me. God actually knows if I applied anything. But I definitely ended stronger than the first season.
Yeah.
Between a 6 and a 7 for me, probably more realistically a 6 out of 10. That sounds low, but if you think about it, it's more than halfway.
Yeah. I think it's good.
I like plenty of movies that are 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I find it taxing.
That's fair.
I find it very, and frankly, we're plowing through this for our coverage. Mm-hmm. Maybe if I was allowed to watch this over the course of 2 weeks, the way I'd naturally watch like a Netflix show, I might feel differently.
It might be a little bit more.
But, yeah, that's it. That's what we do. So like and subscribe.
Yeah. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Make sure to, just watch the episodes. And if you make some comments, we like to hear it as long as it's not mean. Be nice. But, you can correct us if it's nice. But yeah. And then if you are interested in donating to the cause, you may do so here. And then, we'll just see you on the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.